What if living longer isn't the real goal, but living better longer? And what if the way we treat health today is actually preparing us for decline, instead of optimizing for the decades ahead? Here are 30 science-backed, perspective-shifting lessons from Outlive by Peter Attia, a guide to not just lifespan, but healthspan. 1. Medicine shouldn't wait for crisis. Most healthcare is reactive, but by the time you treat disease, it has already won. The key to longevity is prevention, long before the symptoms start. That means shifting from reaction to prediction and acting before the fire ever sparks. 2. The goal isn't just to live longer, but to die slower. Extending years means nothing if those years are filled with decline. The real metric is, how well are you living as you age? Focus on strength, clarity, and mobility now, so your later years are not just longer, but livable. 3. You need a personal health strategy, not just a checkup. Annual exams don't catch what's quietly eroding your vitality. Take ownership. Design your own long-term plan. Longevity isn't found in a waiting room, it's built in your daily decisions. 4. Most chronic diseases are preventable, but not once they're visible. By the time a disease is diagnosed, it's often too late to reverse. The work starts now, not at diagnosis. True prevention means fighting what you don't see yet, not just reacting to what shows up. 5. Exercise is the most powerful drug we have. If it could be bottled, it would be $1 trillion medication. Nothing outperforms consistent movement for long-term health. It's the one prescription that improves nearly every system in your body with no side effects. 6. Muscle mass is medicine. It's not just about aesthetics, it's metabolic insurance. The stronger you are, the more resilient your body becomes as you age. Each rep is a deposit in your future independence. 7. Cardio fitness is a better predictor of lifespan than cholesterol. Your VO2 max tells more about your mortality risk than most lab numbers. Heart and lung capacity matter. Train them. Build the engine, and the rest of the vehicle runs better too. 8. Nutrition is about stability, not perfection. There's no universal diet. What matters is long-term metabolic health, satiety, consistency, and food that supports your goals. Eating for longevity means less drama, more rhythm. 9. Insulin resistance is a silent killer. It doesn't make headlines, but it erodes your health slowly. Fixing blood sugar stability today saves your brain and body tomorrow. What seems invisible now becomes irreversible later if ignored. 10. Sleep is a non-negotiable pillar of longevity. You can't hack your way out of poor sleep. It affects memory, metabolism, recovery, and ultimately, your health span. Every hour of quality sleep is like compound interest for your future vitality. 11. Zone 2. Training isn't sexy, but it's essential. It's not about pushing harder. It's about training smarter. Low-intensity cardio builds mitochondrial health and endurance like nothing else. It's the quiet work that sustains you when life demands more. 12. Strength training. After 40 is survival training. As you age, strength isn't optional, it's freedom. Preventing frailty starts decades before it shows up. Muscle is the armor that lets you keep doing what you love, for longer. 13. The 4 horsemen of death are chronic and preventable. Heart disease, cancer, neurodegeneration, and type 2 diabetes are not destiny, they're patterns, and they can be disrupted. You're not powerless, but you do need to act long before symptoms appear. 14. Most people don't die of disease, they die of decline. Falls, weakness, mental deterioration, these kill slowly. If you wait until decline shows up, you've waited too long. Train now so your body doesn't shrink your world later. What you build today protects your freedom tomorrow. 15. The brain ages in silence. Cognitive decline begins before you notice it. Mental sharpness tomorrow depends on how you live today. Feed your brain what it needs now: rest, challenge, movement, before it starts asking louder. 16. Stress isn't just mental, it's metabolic. Chronic stress ages your cells, affects insulin, blood pressure, sleep. Managing it is essential, not optional. Learning to downshift isn't luxury, it's protective biology. 17. Fasting is a tool, not a lifestyle. It's not about suffering, but about improving metabolic flexibility. Use it intentionally, not obsessively. What matters is not how long you go without eating, but how wisely you fuel when you do. 18. Blood biomarkers are a flashlight into your future. Don't guess. Track. Metrics like ApoB, fasting insulin, HSCRP tell a clearer story than weight ever will. They're early signals. Learn to read them before they scream. 19. Longevity isn't anti-aging, it's pro-living. The goal isn't to erase wrinkles, but to extend your vitality. Energy, strength, cognition, that's real youth. Don't aim to look younger, aim to function younger. 20. Healthspan is built in decades, not days. Quick fixes fade. Consistent habits compound. The work you do in your 30s and 40s echoes into your 70s and 80s. Longevity is a long game, and every day you show up counts. 21. Mental health and physical health are inseparable. You can't heal the body and ignore the mind. Depression, trauma, burnout, they have physiological consequences too. Your brain is an organ. Treat it with the same care as your heart or lungs. 22. Supplements support, they don't save. No pill replaces poor lifestyle. They fill gaps, not foundations. Focus on the basics first. Shortcuts can feel tempting, but they distract from the steady work that truly sustains your health. 23. Zone 2 builds your engine. Zone 5 sharpens your edge. You need both endurance and power. Train across zones to build capacity and resilience. Think of it as range. Steady performance and peak bursts both matter. 24. Longevity requires purpose. People who live longer tend to have meaning, not just metrics. Joy and connection are part of the protocol. Purpose keeps you in motion when motivation fades. 25. Movement is the minimum dose of vitality. You don't need extreme routines, you need consistency. Walk, lift, stretch, repeat. The body in motion tends to stay in motion, and freedom depends on it. 26. Aging well is a deliberate practice. It doesn't happen by accident. You can't wing your way into strength, clarity, and vitality. You must train for it. Treat longevity like a skill, one that improves with intention. 27. You have more control than you think. Genetics load the gun, but behavior pulls the trigger. Don't surrender your future to fate. Your daily choices write the story that your DNA alone never could. 28. Healthcare won't save you. The system is designed for sickness, not prevention. If you want to outlive the default, you must lead. You are your own best advocate, and your future self will thank you for it. 29. Longevity isn't one choice, it's thousands. Every meal, workout, night of sleep, stress response, they all add up. You don't need perfection, you need direction. Sustainable change lives in small, stacked wins. 30. Outliving isn't about fear, it's about freedom. This isn't about avoiding death, it's about living so fully, so long, that your years are rich with strength, clarity, and joy. You don't just want to live long, you want to live well. A good life isn't measured in time, but in how deeply and intentionally it's lived. So remember, Healthspan is your real legacy. You don't get to choose how long you live, but you do get to choose how well. And it starts now. Drop your favorite lesson in the comments and commit to trying one out in real life. Smart lessons from great books for great minds. If you enjoyed this bite, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep feeding your brain, one book at a time, right here on BrainBook Bites.